Hi, my name's Kelsey. I'm a client advisor here at United BMW, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at a 2022 M5 CS. Now, we're going to do this one a little bit differently with a voiceover because we will not be taking it out of the showroom and there's music playing in our showroom. And we will also not be removing the covers on the seats as the owner requested that we not. The 2022 M5 CS is the fastest and most powerful BMW production vehicle ever made. It has 627 horsepower, 553 pounds-feet of torque, and it does 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. It has a top speed of 190 miles per hour, and it is 230 pounds lighter than the previous M5 competition. The 2022 M5 CS has a starting MSRP of $142,000 plus a $995 destination fee and will only be available for the 2022 model year. The M5 CS has been fitted with the M xDrive, which is our rear biased xDrive system that distributes the 553 pounds-feet of torque between front and rear axles via an electronically controlled multi-plate clutch, while the active M diff further optimizes power between the rear wheels for maximum grip and lateral dynamics. Under the hood, we have the S63 4.4-liter twin-power turbo V8, which, like I mentioned, has been tuned to deliver 627 horsepower, which is an increase of 10 horsepower above the competition model. This engine uses high-pressure direct fuel injection to ensure precise fuel atomization and fast engine response. The liquid-to-air intercooling for the two turbochargers and oil system with two pumps, the M5 CS builds upon the tuning and suspension capabilities of the M5 competition. So that means much stiffer engine mounts, a 0.2-inch lower ride height, increased front negative camber, firmer anti-roll bar, and firmer toe link ball joints. The M5 CS also receives much firmer spring and dynamic damper control tuning. Standard mix-size non-run flat performance tires measure 275/35/20 at the front and 285/35/20 at the rear, and are fitted to gold bronze 20-inch M forged Y-spoke wheels, which are 9.5/20 in the front and 10.5/20 in the rear. They are fitted with Pirelli P0 Corsa performance tires, with M logos, and carbon ceramic brake discs are standard on the M5 CS. This is the first application of red calipers with BMW carbon ceramic brakes. Gold calipers are also available as a no-cost option, as seen here. Given that there's not a lot of choice on the M5 CS, it comes with a number of standard options. This includes the M carbon engine cover, diffuser, and mirror caps. It also comes standard with the competition package and the M drivers package. The weight reduction that I mentioned of 230 pounds less than the competition model is significant, and we find that loss in a lot of places. It includes the use of carbon fiber reinforced plastic on the roof, which is standard on all M5s, the hoods with the vents in unpainted carbon fiber, the front splitter, mirror caps, rear diffuser, and rear spoiler. The M5 CS is available in 3 colors. You can choose between Brands Hatch Gray Metallic, Frozen Brands Hatch Gray, or Frozen Deep Green Metallic, which is what's fitted on the model we're in today. A clip of the front 2 seats from the outside to give you a better idea of what they look like, but they are essentially the carbon bucket seats that we've seen on the M3 and M4. This one has red trim around the edges, and on the headrests of both front seats and both rear seats is an outline of the Nürburgring track in Germany, as it was really instrumental to the M5 CS development. The driver and front passenger have been treated to new, fully adjustable, aggressively bolstered, lightweight front seats. As always, these logos do light up blue when you open the vehicle, and you do have electronic adjustments on the side to make the seat more comfortable. Of course, it is a very stiff seat designed for racing and designed to fit a harness. Here on the inside, we can see our beautiful carbon fiber textured trim, along with the ambient lighting that is carried throughout the cabin of the M5 CS. The M steering wheel has been finished in Alcantara with a red banner here at the 12 o'clock position. This vehicle does still have some of the protective film on it, as the current owner requested it be left on. You can also see here that the shift paddles are finished in carbon fiber as well. positioned right behind the bright red M1 and M2 buttons. And on the dash, you'll notice that the M5 CS logo is positioned above a rendering of the actual M5 CS itself. Here in the center of the car, you'll see a massive 12.3-inch screen fitted with the latest version of iDrive 7. Moving down, you can see the climate controls remain largely the same, of course minus the cooled seats. Down here in the center console, you'll see a very special option, wireless charging. Moving over here, this is your traction control off button. Your setup button allows you to configure your M1 and M2 buttons. So you make your selections from here and then press and hold the button you want it to correspond to. Moving down to our M mode buttons. When you push this, it'll allow you to toggle between road and sport. However, if you press and hold it, that will allow you to select track mode. You do have to then go and activate track mode. And you'll notice all of your driver's assistance systems will be turned off. So the screen is off, your head-up display will turn off, and only your center console will remain. So this is your track display. It will show you the PSI and temperature of all 4 tires, and then you can toggle between the information shown here with the BC button. This is the same shifter that we see in all of our M5s. So you have what's called your drive logic here, essentially how aggressively the transmission shifts. You can put it into a manual or sequential mode by knocking this to the left while you are in drive, and then your park button is of course still there. Another thing worth pointing out here is that under this leather pad there is no additional storage. That was done to further increase the weight reduction. In addition to the M5 CS badging on the electronic dash of the vehicle, you'll also see it here above the glove box and in the rear between the 2 back seats. I'm not sure if you can see that, it's pretty dark in here. Here is a look at the carbon bucket seats in the front. You can see we've just pulled this back slightly. So you do have a carbon fiber piece here. This piece actually pops out to fit a harness should you need it. Otherwise this remains. And there are spaces below there, again, to fit straps for the harness. Here in the back seat, like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 individual bucket seats. So plenty of space for 2 passengers, and you can just barely see the CS embossing here between the shoulders of the 2. Of course, it's hard to show over the internet, but I am 5'7". The vehicle is set up for me to be able to reach the pedals, and you can see I have plenty of space back here. There's also a lot of open space between here. Like I mentioned earlier, they did not provide a tray for storage under here, and the same goes for the back seat. There is no armrest to fold out, so it's just this tray here. Between the 2 front seats, you do have climate controls for the rear and 2 USB-C ports down there. And that's pretty much everything I know about the 2022 M5 CS. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know.